Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. I am Lindsay Levere. I am the current membership chair for the Clear Lake Virtual Lions Club. And today we will be spotlighting two of our members, Shirley Katzenberger and Dan Basset. Hello to both of you, and thank you so much for joining me today. So first, let's get to know each of you. Just uh, tell us what your name is, a little bit about yourself, and how you got involved with Lions.
Who
We'll
goes
begin with
first?
Shirley.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you really want to know my whole name, but I'll just give you three of my names. My name is Marita Shirley Katzenberger, but we don't want to know the other two names in between those. But anyway, I what else did you ask me?
Just a little bit about yourself, how you got involved in Lions, just a little bit about yourself and the history, your history with Lions.
When I was younger and I was living in New Mexico, we had a big Lions club, and they used to do things for the community, uh, basically on a yearly basis. But we had a big, um, a big not program, but a big thing that they did every year, and it involved things like the rodeo and other things. And they always had a big picnic, that they served people, and that's how I got to know the Lions, and that's how I got interested in wanting to do more with them. And I used to just kind of observe the things that they did and how they did things within the community and what kinds of things they did in helping not just our community but others, other surrounding areas. But I never really talked to anybody there. I just kind of observed, and then I kind of dropped that for a bit. And then when I moved here to Indiana, I was able to get into a Lions club that we had here. And there were a lot of differences. And I'm not sure if it was in the club itself or just the fact that people had different attitudes. And being the fact that I was visually impaired, there were some people that didn't really think I could do what I said I could do. So it was almost like having to prove myself over again. But I got over it, and I said, well, if you don't think I can do it, then that's your problem, not mine. And so when I was in the organization, we have this thing every year. It's the Cover Bridge Festival that we have every year in October. And our club used to sell root beer and I think other things that it sold. But we had a little stand in the tent on the square, and I was able to help them out. I took money. I made some. Uh, I didn't make the root beer, but I sold that, and I was able to do things. I was able to help the way I was supposed to, and anyway, I really enjoyed that because I got to meet people from everywhere. Not just within our county, but everywhere else, and that was fun to me. I really enjoyed that. And then I guess our club just folded because people just quit being interested. And I don't know. I just assumed that a lot of it was because of attitude. Um, some people didn't get along with others, which is not. It's not supposed to be that way. But anyway, so then I was lost without a club. I was like, well, I don't know what to do. So I just stayed in limbo. They do have another club about a 20-minute drive from my area, but I tried reaching out to them and they haven't answered me because I was wondering what they did, within their own community and what they wanted and stuff. But they don't reach out to me, so I just kind of play it by ear. But anyway, and then I started going to winter camp in Muskegon, Michigan, because I have my best friend lives there, Rosemary. Anyway, I started going to winter camp and summer camp too. But winter camp is where I kind of got the interest because we started talking about a virtual Lions Club, and I said that'd be cool to do. And so that's where I got, involved with that, and it's been pretty cool. I just wish that there were more things that I could do within, and it's kind of hard because I'm between two states, so I'm not really sure how I can do what I want to do. But that's basically it.
Well, thank you so much, Shirley. Dan, would you like to?
Yes, my name is Dan Bassett. I've been with the Lions since the clear.
Oh, sorry.
Clear Lake Virtual Lions
Right,
Club.
since the start of I attended winter camp for a couple years, and they were talking about it back then. And when it came around to do it, I'll try it, see what happens. And I've been with them since the beginning. And I have attended the summer camp up in Muskegon a couple times, and the winter camp a couple times over the years and stuff. And I thought I'd stick with it. Uh, this is kind of a hybrid of the Lions Club because we're all scattered all over three or four states, I guess, maybe two or three, 3 or 4 states, I guess. And it's kind of neat, but then it has the drawback that we really can't get together as a group only once a year, maybe at winter camp or something. But sticking with it. And the only problem I have up here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is that I'm the only member from the the camp or our alliance, our local alliance thing here. And I hope that we could get some more members from the area up here so we can do stuff together. There's local lines here, but there don't seem to be much connection between the two. So I'm basically on my own at this point. Well, that's all I got to say.
How come I never saw you at summer camp?
Well, I went to summer camp probably before the pandemic. I don't know, the year prior. I went to like 3 or 4 of them over the years.
Well, I heard your name. I heard people talking about you, but I never saw you.
Oh, well, I used to go it used to be about 8 or 9 people from the Grand Rapids area that went, and they're down to 2 or 3 now. So, used to
You
go.
you live in Grand Rapids,
Yeah.
so do you know Nancy Martin?
Yeah, I know. Good friend of Nancy.
I really liked her. I still do, but
Yeah.
is she still having problems?
Yes. Well, she's better now. I saw her last month at one of the other support group meetings. I had lunch with her. We ate same table and everything. Yeah, I just saw her.
Next time you see her, tell her I said hi.
Okay, I will.
I really do miss her. She was a delightsome person.
Yeah, she's into
Is a
that.
delightful person. Yeah.
She's into that. What do you call it? Quilting type thing, or the arts and crafts, I guess you call it. And bingo. That's her. That's
Yeah.
her baby.
Yeah, that always has been. Ever since I've known her.
A few other people dropped out over the years too, and some of them passed on, that sort of thing. So it's got to get some young blood into this bunch.
Are you planning on coming this summer or no?
I haven't heard nothing about it yet or nothing.
I think applications should start going in June
Yeah,
with summer camp.
I talk to Rosemary all the time. She'll keep us informed up here.
You mean that pain in the thing? No.
And if anyone would like any information about the summer camp, to definitely reach out to membership at clearlakevirtuallions.com, and we can get that information sent to you. And that is also a great idea in terms of games and activities. So I have a question for both of you. What type of activities or events would you like Lions clubs to implement, whether they are in person or virtual, like our club?
Isn't May something about Vision Month or something? I think they're going to have a walk around there with a bunch of visually impaired people and blind people next month. I believe it is. You know. And well, I'm the only member here, so I guess I'll be a representative of that. You know, so. You know.
Well, that's like me. I live in Indiana, so it's like okay, what can I do? I might have to try to see if I can recruit members from here
Mm.
to see if I
You
can.
start recruiting members and then use other Lions clubs. What are you infringing on our territory for? You know, or,
No, because you can't. If you're a member of a Lions Club, you can't be a member of the virtual.
oh,
Well, actually, you can be a part of multiple Lions clubs.
yeah, yeah.
However, you would have to have one of your Lions clubs as like your primary
Right.
club,
Yeah.
and then any additional Lions clubs after that, you would be like a supporting
Yeah,
member.
yeah.
You would not be able to
Vote.
be on the board if you are a supporting member. But your primary club, you can
Be a board. A BORED? Oh, no.
be an officer, director, etc.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I was trying to reach out to the Lions Club in Clinton, which is, like I said, 20 minutes away, to see what they were doing and to see if there was anything I could, do with them. But they haven't they haven't reached out to me because I gave them all the information. But I don't really like other people having my number either, especially those I don't know.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I chanced it, but they haven't done
yeah.
anything. So
So with the Lions clubs that you both have been a part of, have you felt like they've been inclusive or interactive or open to having you help with various activities, projects, or whatever it may be?
Mm. Mm.
it depends on what you mean by that. Well, for me, like I said, being that I was visually impaired, sometimes they didn't want me to do stuff, which is, you know, there's no reason for that. But people here are kind of, well, they're not as much as they used to be, but they're kind of backwards, if you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
They they didn't want change. And when I came here, I don't like to say this, but being that I was a different color, they didn't really accept me at first. And sorry to say, but I really knew what the black people felt like, being
Mm-hmm.
segregated or being like that. And I did have problems when we first moved here. Sorry to say, but I just said, well, I'm not going anywhere. If you don't like me, then you can go. But
Yeah.
in fact, I was told one time, I said that because I was on the street getting ready to cross. I was on the curb getting ready to cross, and this person drove by and he said, "Why don't you go back where you came from, you dirty Mexican?" And I said, "Excuse me." I went to the car and I said, "I am not a Mexican. I am a Native American, and I was here. My people were here before you were. So you go back wherever you came from."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 And after that, I didn't have any more problems from that particular person. But, just things like that. And there's no
Yeah.
reason for that because we're all God's children. We were all created by Him. So, there's just no reason for that. My mom never taught me color.
Mm-hmm.
She always said we're all the same, whether we're different colors, black or white or, whatever. She goes, even blue. I'm like,
Yeah,
blue?
Mm.
my parents did the same thing, which is interesting because it seems like we always have to prove ourselves to
Mm-hmm.
everyone
Right.
because we can do everything that a sighted person can. We just
Exactly.
have to adapt it to what will work for us.
Yep.
It'd be just like Computers.
Uh-huh.
We can operate computers just like a sighted person can. We just have the JAWS, NVDA, or the different software systems on there, or the iPhone, iPad, Android devices that have talking on
Yep.
speech on it that
Yep.
will let us know who's calling, etc.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yeah.
we can do everything everyone else can. We just do it in our own different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I had a situation.
Yeah. I I really like the Lions Club for what they stand for and how they do things the way they do, you know. And I just wish that I had the money to be more supportive, like when they want to do things for other people that are in
Hmm.
trouble. I really do. I wish I had the money to do that. Then I would. I would contribute and I would do whatever needed to be done. But I just pray. That's all I can do, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yes, I try to be a religious person, although sometimes things come out that shouldn't come out.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
I,
You want to hear something really funny? Rosemary we were talking about something, and she had asked Siri to do something, and she didn't realize that it was still listening. And she said, "Oh, damn it." And he goes, "That's not nice." We both started laughing. I said, "Oh, well,
Oh yeah,
it happens."
I've had it to where I was because in a rosary group in the mornings. I haven't done it in a while, but which I got to get back to it. But we were reciting the Hail Mary
Oh, no.
prayer, and my Lady A device decided to respond, and I don't remember what it said, but I'm like, yeah, the the Hail Mary prayer is nothing close to the wake word, but okay. So ever since then, I have to mute my Lady A device when I do morning prayer.
That's funny.
mm,
So
Well, I know on my tablet when because it has Lady A on it,
yeah.
and I went to do something on my tablet, and I forgot to turn off the microphones on Rosemary's uh, apparatuses because she's got
Hmm.
two of them, and so I asked Lady A on my tablet to do something, and all three of them started talking, and we couldn't stop laughing. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to rename this one to do whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why I have the one in my bedroom is well, not Mr. Z, but if I say its name, it'll respond.
Yeah.
Um, so I have it on that so that the other two, because I went from one not having any devices to having three. So now I have three in the house. My son has one in his room, and then my husband has one in the living room, and then mine. And my son said, "Why don't we hook them all up?" And I said, you're not knowing my business. And I don't want to know yours because we have different playlists.
Yeah.
Now on Lady A, you can only have one playlist that I know of.
yeah, 10.
Amazon only does one. Because I tried to divide my playlist into different and it wouldn't do it. So I don't know. I might have to figure out might have to go into the app and figure out see what I can do. But as far as I know now, my list is mine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hate to mess with it too because sometimes it goes crazy.
Yeah.
Did you ever go dead on you?
Did you
Just
go
won't
dead?
work? Yeah, just won't work. Last weekend, 2 days, nothing. All of a sudden, I yell at it came back.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes you might have to reset the device.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did all that. I unplugged it for a couple hours, plugged it back in, unplugged it from the electrical outlet, played with the buttons on top of it. That didn't do anything, you know.
Oh, gotcha.
All of a sudden, it came back, you know.
I had a friend that hers did that to her too. Um, and she lives about maybe an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours away from me. But hers did that too, and I'm like, oh, what the heck, you know? And sometimes mine doesn't listen the way it's supposed to, so if I tap it, then it'll come back. But that's weird.
Yeah. Or you'd be talking to somebody and it'll just cut off on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just shut down like
Oh,
you're
I
talking
don't.
to.
I once in a while I'll call somebody, but I don't use it that often. The only time I use that is if I need my hands free to do other
Oh,
things while I'm talking.
I make all my routine calls with this device. I'm trying to eliminate my bill. Mm.
Yeah, my son likes to do the drop-in thing, but he can only do that on my husband's one because those two are connected. He can't do it on mine
Oh, man.
because I'm not. Mine isn't connected to theirs.
The setting only has. Yeah.
Mm. So as we talk about technology, since we are a virtual club, in what ways do you both think that we could do to try and recruit potential new members or get the word out to younger members? Or what do you both think that we could do in order to have interesting content or whatever that may draw in the younger crowd or really any age that may be interested in joining a Lions Club and joining us in our efforts in changing the world and
Um,
our community?
I think the major factor in getting members is they may be interested. Some of them may be interested in it, but a lot of it depends on income because yearly our dues are what, 120,
yeah.
Yes.
and not everybody has that kind of money to spend on dues. Um, and so I don't know. I've been thinking about that too, and because there's this one young lady that I was thinking about recruiting, but I don't know what her uh, income would be because her parents are both, well, her dad is a farmer, and
Mm-hmm.
they have things that they need to upkeep and stuff, and she's living on her own at the moment, but I don't know, what kind of interest she would have, and I've been trying to get to know her, but um, she's hard to reach out to because she doesn't always answer her phone. And I only see her, like I saw her last week at the grocery store, and she
Mm-hmm.
was with her grandfather. So I don't know what's going on with that, and I'm not sure, how things are going to be. I would like to get her interested in the club. I think it'd be good for her because it'd be a way for her to get out, even if it is virtual. She'd be
Mm-hmm.
able to meet new people and kind of get used to other blind people. Because as far as I know, we are the only two blind people in this community. I don't know if there are others. I haven't heard of others. So um, it's interesting to get back into the blind community because I was out of touch for quite a while. And when I started going to Michigan and meeting with all of you, it was like, wow, it's nice to be able to get back into things, back into things with where people
Mm-hmm.
have the same thing in common, because I was just among a lot of sighted people, and I just, too many sighted people.
Shirley, how big is your town?
Not big enough. No. I don't know how many people are in my town, to be honest.
Hmm. Do they have,
Ziggy, what's the population of Rockville, Indiana?
According to the 2020 U.S. Census, the population of Rockville is 2,510 people.
2,510.
oh, huh.
US
Okay.
Ziggy, stop. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know that either, huh? Wow. That's not really many.
Yeah.
But then again, too, a lot of it is attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you come from a farming district. They're kind of
Yeah,
on the conservative side in the rural community. I don't want to stereotype them all, but you know what I mean?
I'm part of the Bible Belt, don't you know?
Oh, God. So I'm sorry.
No, I like it though, because you're not really battered, when they ask you, are you religious? Are you this? Are you a Jesus lover? And what, and you're like, okay.
Is everything closed up on Sundays? Stores?
No,
Oh,
not here.
oh.
There are some places, but not in this area. Terre Haute, which is about a 40-minute drive from here,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
they have Hobby Lobby is closed.
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A is
yeah.
closed. Those are the only two that I know of that are closed.
Up to about 10 years ago, we had a McDonald's out here in one of the surrounding cities was closed on Sundays. The only one in the McDonald's chain, they finally open up on Sundays now.
Well, one place I would not mind being closed is the liquor store.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm very much against liquor because I came from an alcoholic family
Hmm.
and I saw all the things that it does or can do to families and to people and stuff, and so yes, that's why I'm really against that. I mean, yeah, if people want to drink, okay, they can do whatever, but to demand things on Sunday, I mean, there are people that like to go to church, there are people that like to stay home with their families even if they don't go to church, and they don't always get that opportunity. It's like my daughter now. She has to work on Sundays and she doesn't really like to because that's about the only time she can see her husband because her husband works at a Walmart distribution center. So
Hmm.
he's at work a lot, and
Yeah.
they very rarely get to see each other. So
so
I told her, huh?
yeah, so even going with that, like what type of projects do you think Lions could um implement or have that is family friendly that brings the family together in the community to where we all partner together?
I know it sounds really hard, but a lot of fundraisers, those are cool, but there again, we're dealing with economy, with people not having as much as they used to have. Um, I don't know. We'll have to do some more thinking on that. Um, I have a sad story to tell. Last weekend, there was a little girl that was killed, um, and it wasn't on purpose. It was an accident. Um, but anyway, her fundraising is in June on the 8th, and the whole community is getting together with that. And that's what I like to see is, people getting together to
Mm-hmm.
support something or to do whatever, and um, but that's kind of what they're gearing for this
Mm-hmm.
this June. And maybe something like that. I don't know if we could even find little things to do, like maybe supplying a school or other things. Maybe, I don't know what kind of care we could find, but just maybe if we start little on a small
Mm-hmm.
basis, small, and then just gradually go up.
Shirley, I got an
Oh,
idea for you.
what?
Why don't you go visit the elementary school in your town? How many blind people have them kids ever met?
You know what? That's an idea.
You know what I mean? Just go talk to the principal and say, hey, you know, how many vision impaired or blind people have all these kids encounter in their lives? And just go and
Mm-hmm.
talk to them. You know what I mean? We'll have
Yep.
40,000 questions for you, you know.
Yep. Well, see, the only reason I knew about this other young lady is because I happened to meet them. Believe it or not, we were at a picnic when I met this couple with their, and at that point she was a baby. The girl was a baby, and that's how I met them. But they never wanted to. Uh, they never wanted to talk with me or do anything, associate with me, basically, and I'm not sure why.
You know, out of ignorance, probably.
I don't know.
I've been out walking a few times, and I had these little kids, you know, 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even 6. Man, he can't. What's this? What's that man carrying that stick for? You know.
Yeah.
And the father would say, "Well, he can't see, or he's blind, or whatever," you know. And I talked to the kids a little bit, you know what I mean, what the what the situation was, and they were satisfied, and they go right on their merry way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's just a teaching lesson because
Yeah.
some people may not know how to interact with someone who may be blind or visually impaired or have any form of vision impairment
Yeah.
or
Adults.
any disability, whatever, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
So,
I'm always doing that. Somebody would say, "Can I help you?" I said, "Oh, look, give me your elbow." And they're like, "What?"
Adults are, some of them can be pretty bad.
Oh,
There was this officer, believe it or not, he was a police officer. He comes up to me and he goes, "What are you doing with that white stick or whatever?" And I'm like, "What?" Then I said, "You know what I do with this thing? When people get on my nerves," I told him, I said, "I fold it and then I use it as a billy club, okay?"
okay.
And he was like, and then I told him, "No," I said, "in actuality, it's a white cane. It helps blind people to do what they need to do, like walk around and do whatever, well, you shouldn't even be out and about." And I said, "Why? Is it because I can't see, because I don't know if somebody's going to come up on me?" That usually my hearing is a lot more sensitive than yours is. I can tell when people are coming up on me or when, other things are going on. I said, "That's why I don't have any earbuds in my ears."
mm,
But yeah, he really
Yeah.
thought that. And I said, "And you're an officer. You need to learn more about these things."
Mm-hmm.
was that from your small town there?
No, it was in another area where I was.
Oh,
But no, in my town, they know to leave me alone because I don't get along with them right now.
oh. You know, I was walking down the sidewalk last Saturday. This guy, I can hear him coming. You know, he's yelling, cussing every other word and stuff. I stop. He goes by. I let him get down the street a little bit. I said, "Hey, you all right down there? What's going on?" Or something like that. You know, he turned around and said, "Oh, you said me blind, you old blind, you love me." You know, what the? Try to help the guy, and he gives me his attitude.
I know, right?
Well, I waited. I would say he's a half a block away, and well, kind of messed my day up. Usually people are usually pretty outgoing, or whatever.
When I was younger, and my children were younger, I taught both of them how to sight guide and how to do all the other things, that I might need assistance with and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I taught them when they were little. They were toddlers when I started teaching them, around 2 years old, and then them.
Mm-hmm.
And some people didn't like that. They were like, "What are you doing with this child and you can't see?" And I said, "I'm teaching," you know,
Yeah,
and
life skill. Mm.
they didn't think that was. And I said, "And what would you do? Would you stay at home and feel sorry for yourself because you couldn't do what you needed to do?"
Yeah.
I said, "I'm not about that."
Yeah, I
You know,
taught my niece and nephew when they were
yeah.
little.
When your children need to learn, they need to learn. And then
Mm-hmm.
my mother-in-law, one time when I was taking my daughter out for the first time out west, she got all nervous and all whatever, "How can she do that? How can she take her across country?" My husband finally told her, "She's been doing that for longer than you know."
Yeah.
Because I took my son. I used to take him places. It wasn't like we had to stay home all the time and whatnot. I taught him how to get around, get along with people, and how to help me and others. And so now they both do that.
Yeah.
They both help other people when they
Mhm.
need you.
And that's what's great because we're all here to help each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever
So,
have, I'll be walking down a sidewalk. I just have a couple times. Wait at the light, no problem there. And if it's a Saturday afternoon, I'm just going to cross an intersection. It's not a big, heavy traffic anyway. And this kid pulls up almost around the corner. But I'm standing there. I know he's there, so there's no problem, right? So there's a restaurant there. People are eating outside. Next thing I hear, this guy says, "Hey, you stupid son of a a-hole. Can't you see the guy's blind?" And that poor kid, I backed up for a half a block.
Mhm.
oh my.
So,
And
yeah.
then some other time, this is the middle of the winter, I was snow like, you couldn't see across the road. You shouldn't have been outside. So I go down to Doctors. I come up a street that I know I've done 1,000 times, you know what I mean? And I can't, all my landmarks are covered by snow and all this, right? So I get up on the corner. I think I know where I'm at, but I'm not quite sure. And this other guy comes up with a walker. I said, "Is there a store right across the street from here?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I know where I'm at." He says, "Well, can you tell me where this address is?" I said, "Man, he's in a walker now, middle of the winter now. It's snow blowing and all this. And he's 2 blocks from where he's wanted to be."
Oh,
So
Mhm.
this guy's shoveling snow. He comes over and says, "You guys need some help?" He said, "Well, you get across the street here." And he told the other, or I told the other guy where he had to go. I still should be standing on a street corner yet. Here's a guy with a walker. He's out in the cold, and this moron, me, I'm out here in the cold too. And fortunately, this guy came up and told us where we were supposed to go. This is
that's
not,
all right. When my kids don't like me walking by myself, even though I do have a cell phone, and I can understand
yeah.
their thinking and stuff, because a lot of things have happened, and it's just not as safe anymore as it used to
Mhm.
be.
Well, my
But
problem, yeah. I always,
anyway,
in the
uh,
middle of winter, I'm out there in the snow blowing. I'm going up the store. I don't care. I just want to do it.
yeah, but it's different with you. You probably have more strength than I do.
Well, I'm more stupid. It's snowing and blowing. I'm up to the
No.
store. I can't see across the road. I can't find the sidewalk. And I don't know how many people say, "You need help, sir? I'll give you a ride home." Yeah, okay, fine. I ain't stupid.
But what I was getting to is that I'd be walking, and I'm just minding my own business. I know where I am at, and I know
Yeah.
where I'm going. And these people, this one lady, she goes, "Do you need a ride? I know where you live. I know your husband." And I'm like, "I don't know you from Adam. I'm not getting in your car. Sorry."
Mhm.
Oh, no, I would have.
Because things have happened like that.
Mhm.
And so I don't get in other people's cars. Even if I don't know them, I will not.
Mhm.
Well,
But yeah, I've been told that many times. "Do you know where you're at?"
oh
No, I don't
yeah,
know where
yeah,
I'm at. Where am I?
Mhm.
yeah. Well, you're 3 blocks where you want to be. Well, okay, I just turn back the other way.
I mean, it's all right if they want to help me.
Yeah.
I'll deal with that. But like I said, I'm not getting in their cars. There ain't no
Well, my
way.
strangest event happened a couple years ago. I'm all walking on a Saturday afternoon, or it was clear out and sunny out, traffic moving. I come up to the light, or where you stop, right? So I veered off a little bit into the street a little bit, right? No big deal. I've done that before. You veer off a little bit. And this woman comes around and says, "Hey, you're veering off a little bit. You need help?" "No, I'm fine." "Okay, fine." No. Next thing I hear, uh-uh. I get halfway down the block and a cop pulls up besides me here. "You all right, sir? We got a call that you were running off into the street there."
Oh,
I said, "No,
oh,
I lived here. I know what I'm doing." And is he a rookie cop? He says, "You have your ID?" "No." He didn't know what to do then. He looks at me and says, "You just have a good day, sir." Apparently somebody called the cops. They come roaring down on that.
there's probably that lady.
Well, I don't know. Well, it might have been. I don't know who it was. Jesus, come on. Oh, don't overreact here, people. I mean, I know what I'm doing.
I know, right? No,
Yeah,
that's just really bad that people don't think that they know that you know what
yeah,
you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Mhm.
Or sometimes
So,
you're standing there and you know what you're doing, and you come up beside you. "Do you need some help getting across the street?" And you hate to say, No, I just take your arm. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll take your help. Just take it anyway. Although you don't need it, you just do it anyway. So, just give them a lesson about the elbow and all that sort of thing.
Mhm. So as we wrap up today's member spotlight, is there any advice both of you have for everyone who may be leery or maybe interested in joining a Lions Club, but just hasn't taken that step forward to join? Because everyone's welcome to join.
Right.
Well, come see what we're all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
If not, you're going to get a good laugh, and it's going to be a good hour or two of yuck, 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 and tomfoolery and a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, and if anyone is interested in checking out the Clear Lake Virtual Lions Club or would like more information, to definitely get in contact with us. You may reach us by email at membership@clearlakevirtuallions.com, or you may call me at 810-488-9795, and I can send all of the information over to you and answer any questions that you may have. So thank
Yeah.
you so much, Dan and Shirley, for joining me today on
Thank
today's
you.
member spotlight.
All right. Thank you,
Now,
Shirley.
can we jump up and down?
Yeah. Don't pick some corn or something.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Thank
I
you. Thank you all for joining us, and we will talk to you all soon.
How about
thank
Thursday
you
night?
much.
Goodbye.